Welcome to the class on advanced organic reagents. We were discussing addition of allyl silanes, allyl boranes, allyl stannanes to carbonyl compounds and the stereochemical outcome of the products. So now we will see the addition of allyl silane to carbonyl without Lewis acid. When we want to predict the stereochemistry, we will go for a chair-like transition state. I'll write again. Yeah, the stereochemistry of this double bond is E double bond methyl hydrogen. When we want to add this allyl silane to carbonyl carbon, this carbon silicon bond will break down. It will be polarized like this, so that we are getting a new double bond here. This double bond will be polarized here, so this anion will add to carbonyl carbon. Right. So when you want to predict the stereochemistry without Lewis acid, what we need to do, we need to take a chair-like transition state, where in that chair-like transition state, we are representing this allyl silane. This is the double bond and it is an E double bond. So methyl group must be like this. Methyl group must be like this. Then we have E double bond. Of course, hydrogen will be here because it is E double bond. Then it is again a chair-like transition state. So what we will do, we will represent carbonyl here. In that, to have minimum repulsions, hydrogen will be placed above the plane, phenyl group will be placed below the plane. So this is a chair-like transition state. It is not complete chair because there is no bonding between bonds formed. Okay, so it is a chair-like transition state. So when we form the bonds, what will happen? This silicon will be coordinated to oxygen, so that both carbonyl and allyl silane will come close together. Then this carbon silicon bond will break down. It will be, the bonding electrons will be polarized to generate a double bond here. Then this double bond will be polarized and will add to carbonyl carbon. Then C double bond will break down, right? So when we want to predict the product, again we need to write the same chair-like transition state. Of course, there is no carbon silicon bond, so I'm replacing it with carbon hydrogen bond. Then a new double bond is formed here, methyl group, hydrogen, and again a new bond is formed here. So from this we have hydrogen here, phenyl group here, OH here. Of course, if you place this bond, it will be complete chain, right? So we have assumed a chair-like transition state where silicon and oxygen will coordinate with each other, so that they will come closer. Then the subsequent electron polarizations will lead to this product. Now, if you want to convert this product into chair, from this chair like form to zigzag fashion, again we need to convert this into Newman projection. Then we can convert Newman projection into zigzag fashion, right? When we want to convert this into Newman projection, then how do we convert this into a Newman projection? For example, I'll take this carbon as the front carbon, this carbon as the back carbon. Okay, I'm taking front carbon, back carbon. And the front carbon, I have hydrogen, phenyl group, OH. On the front carbon, I have hydrogen, phenyl, and OH. And the back side carbon, I'll write like this. And the back side carbon, I have hydrogen here, I have methyl group here, then the remaining alkyl group. That means this one. See, I have converted this to a Newman projection, assuming it as the front carbon and this as the back carbon. I have just represented whatever the stereochemistry here, I have just converted into Newman projection. Hydrogen, phenyl, OH. And the backside carbon, I have hydrogen here, methyl here, alkyl group. Whatever the stereochemistry is here, just it was converted to Newman. Then when we want to represent this product, how do we represent this? We will represent pH. There will be an alcohol. This carbon, we have a methyl group. Then this is so here we will have alcohol, here we will have methyl group, right? When you want to convert this Newman into zigzag, what are the groups in the plane? Phenyl group and alkene. Phenyl group and alkene. Yes, both are opposite to each other in a Newman. So when you want to convert a Newman to zigzag, whatever the groups we want to place in the plane, they must be opposite to each other. Yes, in this case, these two groups are opposite to each other. Fine, then we don't need to rotate it. Then look at the stereochemistries around this alcohol and methyl. Both are anti to each other. That means here the major product is anti. The major product is anti. Here the major product is anti. So without Lewis acid, what we will do, we will take a chair like transition state. Then after subsequent bond formations and bond breaking, the resulted conformation will be converted to Newman. From there we can easily convert into zigzag fashion. So without Lewis acid, E double bond will give us anti as the major product. Now we will see the addition of allyl silane with Z stereochemistry to carbonyl without Lewis acid. So this is the Z allyl silane without Lewis acid. Without Lewis acid, what is the stereochemical outcome? Right. In this case also, we need to go for a chair-like transition state. As I said, in a chair-like transition state, what we will do, this is the silicon group, and we have a double bond here because it is an allyl system, and since it is it is Z double bond. It is Z double bond. That means alkyl group and methyl must be on the same side. So methyl and alkyl must be on the same side, and this side we have hydrogen. So this becomes Z. Then we need to represent the carbonyl. Yes, this is the carbonyl, and to minimize the steric repulsions, we are placing this hydrogen. Okay, don't think that methyl and phenyl are both are very close together. Actually, I need to place methyl group like this. See here, in this case. Okay, so right, then there will be interaction here. After, yeah, this allyl group will be coordinated, coordinated to carbonyl oxygen, so that they both of them will become closer. Then subsequent electron polarizations will give the product. At the same time, we will write the same chair-like conformation. Here we don't have carbon silicon bond. Double bond is new double bond. Then this is the hydrogen. This is the methyl group. There is a new double bond. There is a new sigma bond generated between alkene carbon and carbonyl carbon. Yeah, we have hydrogen here, we have phenyl group here, we have alcohol here. Now when you want to convert this conformation into zigzag fashion, what we will do, first we will convert this into Newman projection, then we will convert this Newman projection directly into zigzag fashion, right? I am considering this as the front carbon. I have hydrogen here, I have phenyl here, I have OH here. Then I am considering this as the backside carbon. Backside carbon, I have hydrogen, I have methyl group, and I have alkene. Right. When we want to convert Newman projection into zigzag fashion, what we will do? First, we will look at the groups which are present in the plane. Right. This is the phenyl group, carbon. Then it will add here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a double bond between 3 and 4 carbons. And first carbon we have OH, second carbon we will have methyl. Now we need to discuss whether the both OH and methyl are syn or anti. Right. When you want to predict the stereochemistries, what we will do? First, we must take care that the groups which are placed in the plane, they are anti to each other in the Newman. Yes, this phenyl group and alkene both are anti to each other. Then we can place them in the plane. Now we can compare the stereochemistries of OH and methyl. Both are on the same side. That means phenyl and OH are syn to each other. Phenyl and methyl and OH are syn to each other. So we will get syn as the major product. Syn as the major product. So when we add allyl silane with Z configuration to a carbonyl without Lewis acid, then we will end up with syn as the major product. So from this discussion, I can give you a shortcut. What is that? Addition of allyl silanes to carbonyls in presence of Lewis acid, both E and Z allyl silanes will give us syn as the major product. Both E and Z allyl silanes will give syn as the major product. Whereas without Lewis acid, what is the condition? E allyl silane will give anti product as the major product, whereas Z allyl silane will give syn as the major product. Okay, if you don't understand all these things, you just forget about them. Okay, so you just need to predict these two stereochemistries. So what we will do, we will remember this. In presence of Lewis acid, both E and Z will give syn as the major product, either above the plane or below the plane. Okay, both of them must be in the same phase. That is what is called syn. Without Lewis acid, E will result in anti as the major product. Z will give us syn as the major product. So you just remember this shortcut so that we can easily predict the stereochemical outcomes in CSA. Now I'll give some problems for this. Please take the notes along with me. So this is allyl borane. When we add allyl borane to carbonyl, in this case we are getting beta alcohol. This is E double bond, E crotyl boronate. When we add this to carbonyl, this is E double bond, and we are not using any Lewis acid here. Without Lewis acid, E double bond will give us anti as the major product. Anti as the major product. Anti major. So here we will take a chair-like conformation. Similarly, with Z Z-crotonyl boronate without Lewis acid, we will get Syn as the major product. Either both of them either below the plane or both of them above the plane. Syn as the major product. Next example. This is cis double bond and we are using a Lewis acid. So we are getting Syn as the major product. Here 87% is the major, 13% is the minor. Syn as the major product. This is a tricky example. Where this carbonyl is having one more oxygen on the alpha carbon. Without Lewis acid, of course, we will get this is not E double bond or Z double bond. We need to write the structures and need to predict the products. With Lewis acid, this is the Syn product. Because hydrogen is below the plane, methyl oxygen will be above the plane. This is the Syn product. Plus one more product I'll write. This is anti. Okay, right. What is happening in presence of BF3 etherate? It undergoes acyclic transition state. That means Newman-like projection. So it gives 20:1. So this is Syn product. This is anti product. So yes, it is fine. But in presence of titanium tetrachloride, it is undergoing Felkin and a model with coordination because titanium is able to coordinate between this carbonyl oxygen and this oxygen. So that is why we are getting coordination, Felkin and a model where coordination. So in this case, we are getting it is 1:20%, 1:20. Okay. Why? Because titanium tetrachloride is capable of coordination between carbonyl oxygen and this oxygen, whereas Lewis acid just activates, BF3 etherate just activates this carbonyl. So that is why we are getting two products under Lewis acid conditions. Both are Lewis acids, right? BF3 etherate is a Lewis acid, titanium tetrachloride is again a Lewis acid. But here the difference is when we have oxygen on the alpha carbon, then Lewis acids, which are capable of coordination, will have a Felkin and a modal type transition state, so that they will give this product.